On March 4th, 2025, deputies responded to Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport after reports of a battery on an incoming flight.
Thank you. So then she ended up to escalate on her own. She threw water on the passenger that was in the exit row. They turned around with a bottle out of all to the top with these two gentlemen having a conversation.
Was this
In the air. Yeah. So she would not cooperate. So now this gentleman here are going to come out and talk to you. They want to press charges against her. So do you, I don't know her name or nothing. So when she comes up here, do I just have her to step aside?
She's scared us 1 sec. Just hang out 1 second. I got 2 more coming. I'm on camera, so you know. Well, the day attorney's coming. You know, it was up in the air. It's fence. We get detained, but as far as the charges and all that goes some fence. So he's gonna be taking primary.
Alright, let me call Max.
Yeah.
Alright, good stuff.
You go brief my partner here. So far, in the air, a woman, for whatever reason, was causing disturbance, threw water on several passengers, several of whom want to press charges now. I advised the air marshal there that that's what's up in the air that's fed, unless we get any more information that I don't know about. There are 2 alleged victims, or at least one right here, waiting to talk to us.
Let's pause right here. Notice how deputies are already framing this as a potential battery investigation before even hearing from the woman involved. In Florida, throwing an object that strikes someone, even something as light as a plastic bottle, can qualify as battery if there's intentional unwanted contact. The key word, intent. At this moment, officers have alleged victims who say they want to press charges. That immediately raises the stakes. But here's the tension. We haven't yet heard her side of the story, and in situations like this, first impressions can shape everything, from detention decisions to arrest charges. So the big question is, are we looking at a deliberate act of aggression or an impulsive, heat-of-the-moment mistake?
That's what we got. And the female's still in the front. Come on.
Are they related?
Are they involved? Okay.
Did they tell you to leave the deplane?
No, they're deplaned first.
Okay.
So you can take them off the temporary.
Okay.
And everybody else.
Perfect.
Up there. I'm taking them to the hall.
Yeah, where's the...
Keep walking.
Hold up.
Don't touch me, sir. What's wrong with you?
Stop.
Don't touch me. I'm
Stop.
not. Don't touch me.
You're being detained. Stop.
I'm not being detained.
Stop.
for
You are.
shit. No,
You are.
no, I'm not.
Hands behind your back.
I just got off a flight. What the f*** are you detained for? Why are you grabbing me like this?
I got him.
Like this? I'm not even moving. I'm not even moving.
Stop.
Resistance.
Stop, ma'am.
I'm not even moving.
Calm down. Okay. Let them put handcuffs on
I'm
you.
not moving. I'm literally not moving. Why are you pulling my arm so hard?
What state you from?
I said stop several times, ma'am. You're not complying. You need to comply. Back up.
Get back or you go too.
That has nothing to do with somewhere. Then you grabbing me like you stupid. Stupid ass crap. What the f*** you grabbing me like that for? I'm not even moving. You have me in handcuffs. Why are you still holding me? Then you put the handcuffs tighter than my pants on my arm. It's in my shoe. It's in my uniform.
Yeah, because you tricked me. Because you tricked me.
I tripped you? You're literally standing on my clothes and you're telling me I tripped you? You're throwing me into... Why are you throwing me?
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit. All right.
Sit down.
Took them off. And you're doing all of this, telling me I tripped you.
Sit down.
Back up. How the am I gonna trip you?
Please.
He's slamming me into the wall.
Gentlemen.
I just got home.
And here's where things escalate fast. The moment physical contact happens between officers and a suspect, everything changes legally. She's now being detained, which means officers believe they have reasonable suspicion of a crime. But listen closely. She repeatedly says she isn't resisting. Officers are commanding compliance. This is a textbook clash between perception and procedure. Legally, resisting without violence in Florida doesn't require punching or fighting. Even pulling away or failing to follow commands can qualify. But from a viewer's perspective, this feels chaotic. Was she actively resisting or reacting emotionally to being grabbed unexpectedly? What do you see here? Non-compliance or confusion escalating under pressure?
Let's go over here. Come on over here. Here, come back here. So, what happened?
So basically, we were having a conversation.
This is the person that...
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having a conversation within the flight, and she turned around and said, you're bothering us with your conversation.
Okay.
We were speaking in Spanish.
Okay.
Which may have nothing to do with it, but, she got really aggressive to the point where she turned around and threw a Coke bottle in my face.
She threw the liquid or the bottle itself?
The bottle. An empty bottle.
An empty bottle.
It didn't do much damage, I gotta get that.
Okay, but did it hit you?
Right in my face.
Right in your face?
Right in my face.
Like a plastic bottle or aluminum? Or?
As soon as, plastic bottle. As soon as that hit my face, he said like, let it go, just let it go. But I can't. So I got up and I went to the flight attendant and I told her what happened. And she offered to maybe change her of seats or change us of seats, depending on her convenience really.
Okay.
And so we changed seats.
Now we're hearing directly from the alleged victim. According to him, the bottle struck his face, and that matters. Even if it didn't cause injury, unwanted physical contact can meet the legal threshold for simple battery. Notice something else. He admits it didn't cause much damage. No injury, no medical attention, just impact. That doesn't eliminate the charge, but it does influence how prosecutors might treat the case later. Also interesting, the conflict appears rooted in a dispute over noise and language. They were speaking Spanish. She allegedly told them to shut up. Then the bottle flies. So now the case hinges on credibility. Who's exaggerating? Who's minimizing? And does aggravation justify throwing something, even just in the air?
Okay. And that's basically it. But she threw a water bottle in my face and because she didn't like our conversation.
Okay.
That was basically it.
All right. Did you get hit with any of that?
I did know that he did.
Okay. And was this up in the air or was this on the ground? In the air. Was there any further altercation on the ground?
No.
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 We were just having a chat, and out of the blue she said, shut up.
Okay.
So we're business partners. So we're talking about business.
Okay.
And as she just turned around, threw the water bottle, it flew into my face. As soon as that happened,
The actual bottle or just the liquid?
the actual bottle.
And hit you in the face?
As soon as that happened, I got up and talked to the stewardess and told her what happened.
Okay.
And I asked to either
I'll give it to you.
change
I'll give it to you. You'll get it.
Yeah.
This is the person that we need to talk to.
You'll get on it. You'll get on it. It's fine. It's right here. It's fine. Give me a minute.
Everything is good talk about relax, y'all. Y'all
We
tripping.
tried. We tried.
Oh, man.
When someone asks for badge numbers mid-arrest, that tells you emotions are running high. This moment is powerful because it shows awareness. She knows this interaction is serious. But legally, once officers determine probable cause for battery and possible obstruction, they're within their authority to arrest. Notice how the officers shift from investigation mode to arrest mode. The language changes. The tone changes. And now she's in handcuffs. At this stage, arguing about what happened on the plane won't stop the process. The courtroom, not the jet bridge, is where that battle gets fought. But here's something to think about. Could better de-escalation on either side have prevented this from reaching this point?
Y'all get the officer's badge number?
Yeah.
7573.
Which one of y'all? No, that's all I need. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. He might be downstairs, dude. His car might be downstairs. Dave, let me check.
I didn't do it.
You want to fix him?
I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible, but you gotta relax, okay? You're getting yourself amped up. Oh, listen. Bend forward, bend forward, bend forward. Relax, okay? Come on, baby.
Folks. No. Somewhere else, please. Somewhere else, please. Thank you. All right. She's under arrest, yeah.
For Charlie 7?
Well, yeah. So the stuff that happened up in the air is one thing, but then she obstructed. She resisted on the ground, so. There's victims, they want to press charges.
Are they over there?
They are over there.
You mean here? He's gonna reach out.
No, we're good here. We're just waiting for the keys. He's bringing the keys. Sarge, yeah.
Why do I have to go in the back of the car?
So instead of like trying to find some ways to solve it, they didn't even come to it.
Sitting from?
They were right behind me.
Okay, when you say they, who's they?
Both of the guys.
Both those two guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Right behind me. And guess what? They speak English. I didn't even know that. You know what they telling me? In English, they talk among each other to poke me for me to turn around and say something. They was like, oh, shut up. Or you be quiet. And speaking in Spanish louder. And you know how Spanish sound? Imagine how Spanish sound. I'm not knocking. I love Spanish.
I'm just saying. I'm South Florida.
Look, I go más mito. I know Spanish a little bit, but and we on a plane. You're not even being mindful. Like I said, as we in a plane, it's already blocking my ears.
Right.
I gotta hear you. Like I said, I'm not saying to shut up completely.
Right.
Because everybody else on the plane talking, but you barely hear them.
So they didn't put their hands on nobody. You didn't put your hands on nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody threw anything. There wasn't water getting splashed around or anything stupid like that.
I just know I had a bottle in my hand. Got aggravated. I probably just threw it in the air. I don't know. I just got aggravated. I didn't hit nobody.
Okay.
I didn't know.
I was just like, can I just like be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, can I just like whatever?
So everybody's getting louder.
Now we finally hear her full explanation. She admits she threw the bottle, but claims she didn't intend to hit anyone. That distinction is crucial. Intent is everything in battery cases. If she threw it recklessly and it struck someone, that can still satisfy the elements of the offense. But notice what deputies ultimately focus on: resisting without violence. That suggests the physical struggle on the ground may have been clearer evidence than what happened in the air. In many cases like this, prosecutors pursue the charge that's easiest to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So ask yourself, is the bigger issue the bottle, or what happened after landing?
Because I talked to them first, I reported it, they didn't do nothing about it, and they came back to their seat and got louder and poking me. I'm trying to tell you, they blocking that part where they did. They came back to the seat and started talking louder, and this is what they said. Oh, you be quiet. They said it in English. Right. That part right there, you be quiet in English, and then they started speaking more in Spanish and stuff. Exactly. And mind you, she was trying to sleep. Before she got involved, she was trying to sleep, and there was another girl, the one that walked away. She's real quiet. She said she's quiet, but she can tell you herself.
Right.
They was being rude, and they're just playing victim right now. I'm not knocking y'all playing victim, but stop playing victim. You started the whole thing. Like, I'm not understanding that. We on a plane. Y'all pay for y'all legs to have space. I pay for a peaceful plane trip. Like, I'm not understanding that.
Okay.
So here's how this case lands. A verbal dispute mid-flight escalates into a thrown bottle, passenger complaints, and ultimately an arrest at the gate. While the alleged in-air battery set everything in motion, the formal charge filed was resisting an officer without violence. That tells us prosecutors believed her actions during detention, not just the bottle, crossed the legal line. This case is a reminder of how quickly small conflicts can spiral in confined spaces like airplanes, where emotions are amplified and consequences are immediate. One impulsive reaction can turn into criminal charges in minutes. Now we want to hear from you. Was this an overreaction or a necessary enforcement of the law? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.